coming to you from Bold Fit. Today is day 7. Yay! We made it a full week. Only a couple more days to go on our 10-part series of We Are Stuck at Home for quite some time in the near future. But to make the best of it, today we are going to be working on agility. And agility is one of my favorite workouts to do. It's a great thing that you need to incorporate pretty much any type of exercise regime you follow. Definitely if you play any sort of sport, and it's like a whole number of sports that benefit from agility. So agility essentially is the ability to move quickly and change directions with ease. And in that premise, you're talking a lot about small movements, quick movements, acceleration, deceleration, ballistic movements, plyometrics, so there's a lot of power, fast twitch muscle fibers are getting recruited, plus a lot of coordination. And it's actually a very cognitive exercise as well, because you got to be thinking how to do all these things really quickly. So you don't even realize in the moment necessarily, but when you start going into these patterns, how much the effort of you thinking about it actually will take up of your physical effort. But having said that, they are also so much fun. I swear to God. I know I say that a lot in my workouts, but I swear, agility is fun. And it mixes things up a little bit, right? All right, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna do some ladder drills to start out with, but first let's just get a little bit of a warm up before we start anything. So let's bring our arms up in front. I'm just gonna step out a little bit so I don't trip on my ladder. All right, so boxer shuffle here. So light on your feet, on the balls of your feet right now, right to left, right to left. Good. Just getting the blood flowing, waking the body up. Good. Nice and easy, nothing crazy. Except me, I'm always crazy. Woo! All right, I don't even need to have an audience to be like this.
Yay!
All right. From here, go ahead and bring your feet wide apart, toes and knees pointed out. Bring your arms up to the side. We're going to go for windmill toe touches. Opposite hand is going to reach down to the opposite ankle foot and coming back up and switch sides. Good. So from here, we want to wake up our hamstrings, our torso, back extension. Good. Getting a little bit more on the flexibility, because you're going to be moving a lot of different ways today. Side to side, forward and back, backwards, all of that. So try to warm up in multiple directions here. Let's go for some hip circles. So opening the hip and closing on one side and then getting it on the other side. Good. So this is one of those great parts of learning functional movement training, in that we talk about planes of movement, forward and backwards, side to side, and transverse, where you're twisting, so you're separating your upper body from lower body. All of that is used in agility workouts. Let's go ahead and actually get into some side to side lunges here. So adducting into the midline and over that knee, extending the hips and glutes back, keeping your chest up here. Good. Nothing has to be to total depth. Remember, we're just warming things up. Good. How you doing out there? Are you sore? Are you feeling good? Are you getting the hydration and rest that you need? It's always about making sure you get enough recovery before you can come back and hit it hard again. All right, from here, let's come into, I'm going to show you from the side, we're going to come into a mountain pose. Your feet are going to be about hip width apart. Roll the shoulders out a couple of times here, all the way down and back, bringing them down and back from your ears. We're going to take a big inhale all the way up. Exhale, tuck your chin in, dive forward into a forward fold. Have a soft bend in your knees here. Allowing the crown of your head to face the floor. Getting your hamstrings a nice stretch. And then inhale, round yourself back up. One vertebrae stacking at a time. Inhale, your arms all the way up. Exhale, one more time, forward fold. Good. And then from here, go ahead and step back into a downward facing dog. So from here, you're gonna bring your hands about shoulder width apart, feet about hip width. And again, just getting a nice little stretch here in the back. Also pedal out your legs. Get everything kind of loosened up here. Good. And then we're gonna take I'm gonna take my left leg forward here. So I'm gonna bring it up and forward into a high lunge. So first finding my high lunge, balance, part of agility as well. Good, and then we're gonna bring the inside hand to the inside of the foot as I twist towards that bent knee, opening up through the chest here. Nice. Then go ahead and bring that back knee down, getting into a hip flexor stretch here, and kind of sitting into it. So you're leaning just a little bit back as you try to open up, get that nice stretch here. If you want to, you can also add in quad stretch. It's not necessary. All right, then I'm gonna switch it to the other side. Coming over on this side, first high lunge, finding that balance, finding a focal point ahead of you. Good, really lengthening through that back leg. Good, and let's bring, again, the inside hand to the inside of the foot and twist. And open as much as you can back here too. Excellent, go ahead and bring that knee down. Hip flexor stretch here. Interlace your fingers, press into the top of your leg here. Good. And again, if you wanted to add in a little bit of a quad stretch, go for it. Good. All right, I'm gonna keep my legs out wide. I'm gonna come into a wide-legged forward fold. And then again, allowing myself to come up one vertebra at a time. Good. And let's just get a little bit of punching in here, all right? Just get cardio up, blood, a little bit more flowing. Core temperature's rising. Yes, yes. You want to add in some jab crosses, go for it. Whatever combinations you want to use, just get everything moving up here. There's some uppercuts, some hooks. Good. All right. Nice job. And let's finish with some squat jumps, because after all, we're doing some plyometrics. All right, let's get 10 here. 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. All right, so without further ado, grab some water if you need it, catch your breath. We are gonna start with a ladder. So if you don't have a ladder at home, it's totally fine. You can use anything where you can pretty much set up some markers that are equidistant and you won't trip over, hopefully. So finding anything like that would be perfectly appropriate to do in this kind of situation. All right, we're gonna start off with some just very simple feet drills, and then we'll move into a little bit more complicated sequencing. So for the feet, the first one that we're gonna do, I'm gonna come over to this side. We're gonna just do 2 feet in. So the 2 feet in, you're gonna have one lead leg taking you all the way down, the other is going to follow you. So it'll be like this, step, step. The lead leg is always stepping forward, coming under the balls of my feet. On the way back, the other leg. This time my left foot is leading. Good. So going a little bit faster, it's gonna look like this. And remember, use your arms here too. Don't just let them hang by your side, because that's not how we move. Let's do it again, back and forth. Good, make sure you switch the lead leg on the second time. Balls of your feet, good. All right, another one, having 2 feet in and out, is going to be a lateral movement this time. So you got forward and backwards while moving laterally. All right, again, the lead leg is going to take us down. So I'm gonna start on my lead leg, right, left, right, left. Right, left, so I'm going in and out here between the block and outside space. So to pick up the pace, running in and out. Then if I'm gonna switch directions, I'm taking the other lead leg in front. Good, so you can keep these like little low, fast, and kind of like shuffles. You could also make them into more like high knees. Good, there's so much you can do with those. So let's go back one more time. Good. In and out, in and out. Woo! All right. From there, we're also gonna move now and open up our hips a little bit. So we're gonna travel forward, but we're also moving laterally at the same time here. So we're gonna start with a 2 feet hop. So I'm gonna hop 2 feet in, 2 feet come out. And then advancing on the in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And the same thing back. In, out, in, out. That's right. A lot of times when you get going, you don't want to break up your pattern, you're just like in the moment. There's that mental fitness coming in. Good. Whew. Breathe. All right. Catch your breath. You kind of notice breathing is going to definitely be a little bit labored. Remember, this is all like very powerful movements. So short, fast, hard. All right. Let's come into another movement you can do with the 2 feet in and out is squat jack. Remember those? We did those the other day. So I'm gonna try not to get myself jacked out here, but you're gonna bring 2 feet into that low squat, jack it out on the outside, and then keep going in that pattern. Staying nice and low, keeping your chest up. Oops, did I skip one? All right. And the same thing on the way back. So in, out, advancing on the in. Good. Breathe. Ha! Whoo! How are we feeling? All right, moving on, a little bit fancier footwork. One of my favorites, the Icky shuffle, which is going to require movement across, forward, down, and we're also going to do it backwards, right? Because we move forwards and backwards, so we have to be able to figure out how to do that. So the way to start, you want to start on the outside of the ladder. My right leg is going to lead in here, so I'm going to step in with my left, back out with my right. This time I'll come in, and out with my left. So in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So a little bit sped up, that's going to look like, yeah, keep it going. So as soon as you get your stride in, right. Really important to make noise when you're doing this. So that would be the Icky shuffle. Take it slow. Once you get into the rhythm, I promise you, you will keep going faster and faster. It's just that rhythm that you need to pick up initially. So you can also do this one backwards, and that's going to be the same thing. You just have to remember to keep that exchange going backwards. So starting here, I'm bringing my foot in, out, out. Still on the balls of my feet. Still trying to coordinate with my hands. Woo! Yeah, how did you do? Definitely pause and take these one at a time. Do them a couple of times back and forth. I promise you, you're gonna start sweating. I'm already like that right now. All right, let's try something that's actually gonna include some twisting. So that transverse, using our abdominals, all right? Because remember, if you're playing any sports, you need to be able to turn, right? So your whole body can't always go with you at that same time. So for that, we're gonna do a foot exchange. So the foot exchange, if you wanna do it without the twist, is you would start, you're gonna bring your lead leg in, other leg out, then switch, and then you're advancing on that lead again. So that's what that foot exchange will look like, and the same thing on the other side. Good. Now, if you want to add in a little bit of a twist before I hit the amp, so you're this way, and then back around. All right. One more here with our feet, and then a couple things you can do off of your feet as well. We're gonna do another favorite, karaoke. This one, imagining if you're playing football, soccer, and you're crossing over the front leg, the other leg is just gonna keep going the same, cross over the back, cross over the front, cross over the back. Again, a little bit of that hip twist. So 1 foot in each step this time. And you can just practice this with reverse or going forward. Either way to get that carry up. All right. Moving on from here. So, other things you could do with the ladder. You didn't think I was gonna forget about push-ups. But I promise, nothing too hardcore today. Even my shoulders are like, stop, take a break. But just to show you, you can do drills of having a narrow push-up to a wide push-up. So here's your line to demarcate where your tricep push-up will be. So you're coming down floor, pushing back up, bring your hands out just wide enough outside the ladder, chest push-up, back in, tricep push-up, back out, regular push-up, all right? So add those in for fun. I know you guys love them. And you could also bear crawl, remember that? You can do that one laterally here. And actually, I feel like it kind of made it a little bit easier to get that opposite leg, opposite foot, because I'm really thinking about bringing my hand in each of the ladder rungs as I'm doing this and can't talk at the same time. So shush on the side. Ah! But you get what I mean. Plank walks. Plank walks are another one. So you could just come into a regular plank here and walk it out. Keeping your butt down low, keeping your shoulders forward. You know, all those rows that you normally need to know for a plank. All right. Have you guys worked up a sweat yet? I have. All right, so we're gonna switch this up, take the ladder out, and we're gonna bring the box in. So let's get rid of this. By the way, these are really relatively cheap to buy, well now, online, most likely. So Amazon has a ton of these. You know, if it's maybe even online through like Dick's, whatever. Really good to have around. Can use it anywhere, folds up, doesn't take a lot of space, and it's such a great fun thing to use for agility. All right, I'm gonna bring this, my padding back in here, bring my box over here. All right, so use the box for several different things. The other one that I have is a little bit lower, 12-inch foot, and this one is 16. So just a little bit higher, right? So boxes are a lot of times involved mostly like the plyometric kind of stuff that you see. Probably most commonly like the box jump, which you coming down from the floor, jumping up onto the box and back down again. So that really requires a lot of explosive up jump, which is why we do those jump squats, right? To really power, be able to get high up. And I am short, so even this can be very intimidating for me. All right, so if you're not ready to do any of the jumping onto the box, here's some other things you can do instead. You can just do step ups. So bringing one leg up and back down. And then you would just keep going. You could also throw a weight into this. Make sure you get the same thing on the other side. Whatever you do to one side, you want to do to the other. All right? You could make the step ups more plyometric. So you could take one leg as you're coming up, the other leg is going to hop. Bring it back down. Be safe with that one. Other side, back down. Good. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Make sure your whole foot is on the box, none on the end. All right? Dangerous. So those are a couple things you can do. If you want to try the box, I mean, I started on a really low box. So this one, I really do have to like come off, breathe, jump back up again. So using my arms and legs here, I'm going to explode upwards, bring it back down. Gotta land both your feet on there. All right. And back down. And back down. One more time. And back down. If you want, you can also add in with your box jump, Mix it up with doing maybe some push-ups, maybe a burpee box jump. All great things to use. Now, so we did that forward and back. This can also be used for more side to side. So lateral movements, coming up laterally and down the same way. Up, down. If you want to add a little spring into it, be my guest. Just make sure safety first. And when you're up, try not to look down. Have confidence and faith in your body, in the space that it's in, that proprioceptive training, to make sure that you have yourself nice and stable. So you look down, you're gonna go down, all right? So this is another great one to use. And there's so many other things, like we've done Bulgarians here. You can add Bulgarian in. You can also make that more of a, without a weight, challenging by doing a plyo hop. So one foot on top, other foot coming about 3 feet out. Find your balance, squeeze your glutes, and you're just hopping here. That standing leg, oh my goodness, it's gonna feel it within seconds. All right, you could take the hop out of that if you wanted, just giving you guys some options. All right, you can also, don't forget, you can always elevate your planks, your push-ups onto a box. This is another great thing about the box. Giving yourself that elevation takes some of that body weight off and helps you to maybe have a better form before you can get down to the full range of motion. All right, get some water, make sure you guys are hydrating. Next up, let's put this out of the way. All right, we can take these out. So, if you have any type of balls or some sort of object, it really doesn't matter what, it could be anything. Kind of set them up, and you see I don't have a lot of space here on purpose, all right, because I want to make these accessible to everybody at home, no matter how large or small.
Quick cameraman cameo here.
No matter how large or small your space is. And cameraman, I'm actually going to ask you to help me out on this one, because I'm going to need you to help me with some drills. So basically, I have these two divides, right? These are like my borders. There's a lot of things that I can do within this border for agility work. So I have asked partner in crime, Ryan, to actually help out with this, giving me some drills, and also I'm trying to react to his, what he's saying. We have not practiced this, so this could be a total failure. The balls are also there because I want to make sure they're able to get down and touch them at some point, whatever drill I'm doing, all right? So
let's do a fast feet, and I will say left or right is the cue to then touch. And I will not say it necessarily in order. I'm trying to keep you as mobile as possible.
Okay.
So think fast. So as a demo, if you were doing fast feet right now and I said right, and now I say
right?
left and left. So I'm gonna break it up a bit.
It's like boxing.
So we should do this for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
I'll count it out.
All right.
I'm gonna say 20 to 30 seconds is a good time frame.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
3, 2, 1, fast feet. Left. Aha.
Ready.
Right. Right. Left. Right. A little faster. Left. Left. Right. 3, 2, 1. At ease. So again, the cognitive side of this is what we're really pushing. I'm making sure that you can't fully anticipate what you have to do next. You have to think about it and have that split second to react.
Yes, sir. All right. What else you got for me?
So let's do, go back to my middle school wrestling and high school wrestling days.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you do drop burpees. So you're gonna do fast feet. And when I say drop, you drop to the floor into like a chaturanga position.
Yep.
And you immediately pop back up and start fast feet again.
Gotcha.
I'll do a 20-second burst. You'll not be able to anticipate how many times I make you drop. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
3, 2, 1, fast feet. Drop. 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 3, 2, 1. At ease. Well done.
Thank you. Catching the breath. Awesome.
Okay, so why don't we do some speed skaters?
All right.
And using your cue devices, so the kettlebell and the medicine ball, though you don't have to touch them,
Yep.
but I want you to jump as far as them,
Oh boy.
but a little behind them. That way you don't crash into them.
All right.
So I've set you a distance. You may not make it every time, but you're gonna go for it every
That's
time.
right.
Are you ready? And if you kick my amp, I'll be upset.
Ready.
Why don't you start going on your right in 3, 2, 1. Good.
Oh yeah.
Go,
Woo!
go. Come on, a little farther.
I
Explode.
mean, my legs are only so long.
Explode. Your short leg excuse saddens me.
Stop making me laugh. Ah!
3, 2, 1. At ease.
Okay, just a couple inches too wide. But a good one, definitely a good one. You can also do a side to side, a shuffle here, back and forth. Mix it up, forward, back, right? You have your demarcations. Another thing, especially working with a partner, like Ryan and I just did, that's really helpful because it helps to keep me on my toes. And I
Literally.
want to be challenged. And I need to be challenged as well. So if I were calling out to him, you know, maybe I would do some other things as well, like high knees. Have him do some high knees, jumping jacks, runners, top jumps. Here's another plyometric, giving you that bounce. Maybe you do a couple in a row, trying to get up as explosive, as high as you can. And then of course, you can do things like coming down. There's a lot. Just imagine the possibilities of what you could do with those two objects, even using the two objects. So let's say I want to do it with a med ball push-ups, one hand on top of the med ball, one hand on the floor. I could also med ball plank, hold that here, med ball mountain climbers, all right? And then with the kettlebell, great one to use in agility. However, like I said, the kettlebell swing is very, very technique focused, but man, it is all about that blast. So real quickly, I'm gonna bring the kettlebell. This is the competition size, I believe. All right, so these are a little bit rounder, bigger. So before anything else, bring that kettlebell right in front of you. Bring your feet about shoulder width apart. You're gonna come back into a squat, grab on top of the handlebars here, and then you're gonna lift already into that hinge position, squeezing everything nice and tight back here. Shoulders roll back and down. I'm gonna bring this in between my legs, and I'm gonna pop forward. So that momentum that I need is all gonna drive from my hips and my glutes, all right? Not your arms and back. Do not let your arms control the motion. Let the hips, that thrust, get that kettlebell up, and then let it fall on its own. And just keep repeating that movement. Once you get to the top, also very important that you lock up right here. Glutes are squeezing, quads are engaged into the midline so you don't arch here, all right? So we don't want to have any back problems either way, okay? So just for an example, to do a few, coming down, hinging, bringing it back, and down. Let it fall, hip thrust. Let it go on that exhale. Woo! And put it down with control. Oh, one of the things that Ryan and I have done in workouts using the kettlebell, really focusing on control now. Being able to control your movement even with heavy weighted objects. So again, coming into that kettlebell swing, now bringing it back down with control. And then you can again add in some sort of fun exercise. Stand it up, walk closer, repeat. the moment. I wish I did, but you can also, again, use some sort of object in place of cones. Great kind of shuttle drills that you can do with those, side to side, back and forth. If I get some, maybe we'll do some in here as well. So we hope you enjoy this agility session of day 7. Tomorrow is a recovery day, all right? So if you're gonna do some agility work, 15, 20 minutes of it, you're gonna be really good to go. Get your recovery on, and then I will meet you back for days 9 and 10. Thank you so much, everybody. Love ya. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, hit that notification button. Way to go. Awesome.